All right, the Bengals experts are here. Joe Butch, and what's your name again? Oh,
I don't know. I don't even know my own name every day.
All right, fellas. Thoughts on the what was widely considered the dress rehearsal preseason game number 3. We'll start with you, Joe, down there.
I think, for the most part, facing a high-powered team like Dallas, maybe a little bit of concerns, running game a little bit. I think the fact that third down conversions on both sides, not good at all, and secondary, not the best of games for him.
Skinny, anything else you want to add to that?
No, the running game's a little disconcerting because they didn't run it consistently well last year. I mean, they had that stretch where they had the 100-yard games for Ben Jarvis, but that's the part for me that scares me a little bit is, you know, if this was an aberration, great, but I'm not sure that it is, and boy, we found out Drake Kirkpatrick, he's going to struggle.
You know, Butch, the team came out of the game fairly healthy, and so far this preseason has remained coming out of games, you know, knock wood, I don't know if this is wood or not. Andre Smith, the one last night, any update on him? Any others we should know about that were maybe swept under the rug?
It looks like they dodged a bullet with Andre. I'm hearing that the MRI went fine. If at all, it's a sprain. So I think Marvin was right on. He'll be able to play. He probably won't do anything this week, I would think, and they just get ready for Chicago. And then the big question will be Whitworth. You know, and of course that is going to impact the roster because with 2 tackles with knee issues going into the opener, do you have to go heavy at tackle, or do you go heavy, or do you keep the number 9 and go heavy at backup tackle and not go as heavy at guard center? So I think that's probably the issue they're looking at. And communication with the offensive line is important, Joe. I mean, I know Whitworth is a veteran; he's been here a while, but it could be an issue early on, anyway.
Yeah, I think so, and it's one of those things that Anthony Collins has played well at left tackle. Dennis Rowland got some time at right tackle last night. Mike Pollock, a little bit of versatility. Hawkinson, but he's got an ankle issue. So I kind of agree with Butch there that, you know, if Whitworth can't go, and the fact that he hasn't played a preseason game yet, who knows if he gets a snap or 2 against Indy. You bring a cold offensive tackle in against Chicago, it's a little bit cause for pause.
Skinny, Drake Kirkpatrick was just a lightning rod on social media last night with his performance. Are we being too hard on this kid because he was the top pick, and do we need to back off a little bit because he only played 5 games of his rookie season? Essentially, this is really his rookie season.
The answer to that is yes and both, I think. You know, the fact he didn't play last year, it put him behind. Or he played a little bit, but the fact he didn't play very much last year put him behind. But at the same time, he was not very good last night. When you put him in man coverage or really any coverage, he really struggled. And the fact, Mike, he is a first-round draft pick. You don't expect the first-round draft pick to not be able to play or to be your 5th corner. You expect that guy to start by year 2 or at least be a contributor. Last night showed that, you know, does he even fit, for goodness sakes?
Butch, look, when a team takes a guy in the first round, there's a tremendous investment. His future here, still bright?
It's one game. I mean, it's one game. I mean, you know, you can't burn it down. I mean, the thing about the dress rehearsal was, you know, they didn't have their 2 left ends. They had their 5th or 6th, you know, they had their 5th or 6th best corner playing third corner. They didn't have their left tackle. They didn't run the ball. I think like they're going to run the ball. They only ran it 8 times out of 21 plays in the first half. You certainly think that's going to change. So, I mean, as far as dress rehearsal goes, it was more like a skit, I think. And as for Kirkpatrick, you know, I would say take it. You know, I would say yes, it was bad. It was not good.
Right.
He's the 5th corner for a reason. But my God, I don't think you're going to call the kid a bust.
But hang on with it.
You're not going to call the kid a bust and say, he asked me if his career in Cincinnati is over.
But hear me out. But should a first-round draft pick be a 5th corner?
Well, when you get Adam Jones in front of him, I think that's okay. And the kid has played only five games, so I understand a first-round pick should not have looked like he did last night.
See, I said lightning rod.
I understand that. You're exactly right, but I don't think the kid's career is over.
No,
and I think the one thing too, as far as Drake Kirkpatrick is now what we're seeing out of a lot of Alabama picks. Name me one 1st or 2nd round pick under Nick Saban who has come in and been an immediate contributor on an NFL team. I think a lot of these Alabama kids are coming in just worn down, and it's taken them a couple years to get up to speed because really the last 2-3 years of these Alabama guys, no one's come in and made an impact.
Would Julio Jones be the best example?
Yes.
That's about it, and he's a rare athlete anyway. Let me ask you, Joe, about Taylor Mays. What is his situation here going forward now?
I think firmly on the bubble, and it depends on 10 defensive backs, to tell you the truth. Do they go 5 corners, 5 safeties, which right now I wouldn't. Probably 6 corners and 4 safeties, and if it's 4 safeties, I don't see Taylor having a spot here. I think Reggie's set, Williams, Iloka, and then Jeremy Miles, what he gives you on special teams. It's just right now, you've waited 2-3 years for the kid to develop, and he's kind of like what he was when he came here 2 years ago.
Okay, only 4 days off before the preseason finale. Very quickly, each of you give me one thing to look for. Jill, we'll start with you.
Just with these backups, can you get more snaps out of them in development that way?
Butch, what do you got?
You're talking about the preseason finale?
Yeah, the preseason finale on Thursday.
Just hope they come out of there with a pulse. Nobody gets hurt. No ambulance. No stretches.
That's the big thing.
That's all.
That's the big thing. What about you?
I'm looking for Skelton. Give me a good performance, kid. Just one good performance. That's all I'm asking for.
And you'll be happy.
I'll be happy.
All right, the Bengals experts. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.